everyone, I am Randy Suarez, aka Silva Crow, today back here with another amazing reaction. This time we got a special reaction today. Especially the title of the video, if you have read it. I got divorced over Yugioh. And this has been sitting in my react list for about like almost 3.5 weeks. This was sent from acquaintance of mine to check it out. And I have some thoughts due to the fact that to me personally getting divorced over some Yu-Gi-Oh cards seems kind of dumb to me as a person who is into anime and do have his fair shares of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and somewhat of a Yu-Gi-Oh card collection. And it's like it's one of those things to me personally. It feels like, how can I put this? Changing yourself unwillingly for somebody else, not changing for yourself to basically better yourself. So anyway, if that makes sense, I hope it does. But anyway, if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to your Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. Also, link to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You follow me on those platforms because those have been blowing up lately. Literally, when it comes to views and videos, yeah. But anyway, also link to my Cashapp. Feel gracious enough to donate whatever you want to donate. That's fine. You don't. That's fine as well. Same thing, the super thing. But by donating, like, comment, subscribe, sharing, all that good stuff, however you show your support, it lets me know you rock with the reaction content, rock with the channel, and rock with your boy. But further ado, puck up and let's get started. All right, we here with this video that's titled "I Got Divorced Over Yugioh." I would actually love to know the details, but we here for the details, so let's go.
I need to say this. Let me just say it straight out the way.
Loud.
I am no longer married, and I'm divorced. This is not what this video is about, but there's something that you guys need to know.
Okay, brother man, preach.
When I met this woman, and I told her about my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, she hated it. She didn't like it.
And that's the red flag right there. Here's the thing. I always say this because my fiance, she does watch my content as well. And there's been times that she kind of has to put her step in for some of y'all on here due to the fact that y'all judge me for liking anime, having stuff like this and everything. And she said she loved me liking this. So why don't... It's one of those things of this. You don't have to like it, but it's a hobby that your significant other enjoys. So at the end, if you don't want nothing with deal with your significant other hobby, that is fine. But respect that they have that hobby and they're not causing any harm to nobody. It's one of those things that a lot of people don't understand.
Said that, hey, you can do something better with your life. You should go back to school. So you know what I did back in 2016, 17, 16? I said, you know what? Maybe she's right. And you know what I did? I sold all my equipment. I sold my YouTube channel. I sold all my camera stuff. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. Maybe it's time for me to do something better with my life. Not knowing that at that time, what I had was very special.
And here's the thing. It's the same thing when some people have like a different collections when it comes to figurines, art, anything. If in pristine condition, it could be worth a lot of money. And some people don't understand that either when it comes to being a collector. There's cars, coins, comic books, a lot that can be worth a lot of money someday if you just let them have their hobby. Let people have their hobby, man. And I'll get more into it later.
Something that I chose to do, YouTube. I had something going on. Even though I had some drama and stuff going on before and I shut down my channel a few times, I had something that I completely gave up. I gave it up because someone said, hey, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. You got to do something better with your life. There got to be something more for your life. And I sold all my stuff for a woman. and she's no longer here. And this problem persists. She told me at that time, hey, you want to meet my mother? You need a car. Because I didn't have a car at the time. I was doing YouTube. I was working from home. I didn't need to.
That one probably will have to agree with, because trust me, as a person who didn't have a car for the longest time, it got to the point that I said, look, as a guy as myself, not just simply as a person, I like the idea of having my own space and doing my own thing. And to do that, especially the city that I live in, probably best to have a car. And I love picking up my fiance from work and dropping off home, make sure that she's to get home safely. Instead of be on the metro and all this stuff with weird people sometimes. So yeah.
Drive anywhere. Yes, YouTube is what I did for a living.
Yeah.
It's how I paid my bills. And I was street performing also. How did I street perform? I just catch the bus 20 minutes down the street, played my horn, went home. I never needed a car. But when I met this woman, you have to go back to school. You have to exercise. You have to get your degree. You have to do something better with your life. Even though I explained to her, this is what I chose to do. A woman comes in your life and try to tell you the plan that you chose for your life is wrong. And out of love, I choose to say, you know what? Maybe she's right. And I took a chance.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's coming if someone comes and realizes, hey, probably best to want to do better. But to get rid of your hobby, things that you enjoy, in order to meet her mother, you have to get a job and this and that. And like at this point, the relationship is faulty. You know, it's one of those things that when I started doing this, it's still one time when me and my fiance was just dating. Now we're together, like basically being to be wed, and again, she likes this part of me because it's a part of me.
I took a chance. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this up completely, like for good. Sold the channel to Jobber, sold all my stuff. Tried to go back to school multiple times. There's some. I don't want to say that I can't finish school, but it certainly feels like I can. First, I don't know what it is. And every time I talk to people, they just think that everything I say is just an excuse. You are a grown man. You are an adult. You can do it. It's like no one can see it from my perspective. It's like I am always wrong. When I study, what I do? Fall asleep. What do they say? Hey, you're lazy. You're procrastinating. Mm-hmm. You're choosing not to do this. And I'm like, that's got to be something wrong with me. When it comes to school, studying, and staying on task and staying focused, I just can't do it. And I try, and I go back to school. And
well, a lot of people don't understand is, I probably will say this, as a person who never been to college, who actually toured a college campus to realize college ain't for me. Is basically to say this. If something doesn't pique your interest in a positive way, why would you suffer through something that doesn't?
I pay all this money, and I pay all this money, and I pay all this money, and I fail, and I fail, and I fail, and I fail. Music has always been there for me, and I've always been great at it.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
People say that, hey, they try to test me. They say, hey, you know music, right? You know this person? No. You know this person? No. You know this person? No. Well, how are you a musician? I also get people saying to me, hey, what key is this in? I say, I don't know. Like, they say, well, how are you playing? How are you a musician? How do you play so well? I am not the type of person who is book smart or knowledgeable. I don't know things. But I know how to do things. I know how to do things physically, in a creative way. I'm not the type of person who retains things and hold on to things, who can read a book and then take a test, pass it, and go on. That's not me. I am a creative-minded person. Anything that involves creativity, I can do, at least to some degree, where people are like, wow, you do it so well. You ever thought about going to school? No, I tried. It doesn't work. So,
but I probably always say this. That's the reason why I said college wasn't for me. It never worked for me. It took me a while to get out of regular school, which is a whole nother story in of itself. But it took a while. And when I tried college, like I said, touring, I realized it wasn't for me. So why force myself into something?
this is all tying together. I met the parents. They asked me, hey, what do you do for a living? I had to tell them I am a musician. I couldn't tell them I was a street musician. I am a musician. Then they said, hey, you have a degree? I said, I don't have a degree. My ex-wife parents did not speak to me for 2 years and told her not to marry me because I don't have a degree.
I'm guessing they're uppity. Because at the end of the day, yes, education is very important. I said it multiple times on this channel that education is important. But just because they don't have a certain degree or certain diploma, but they still finish school, just because they decide not to go to college does not mean they're not important. And because they think, oh, well, he's a bum. He's not a bum. He's a hustler. He knows what he wants to do. Knows what he likes. He's willing to do that. And that's a amount of respect that a lot of people don't want to understand.
What sense does that make? So I give up this YouTube thing. I give up my entrepreneurial thing. I try to do something that's not innately a part of my strengths at all. Because I'm thinking I'm in love to do something for somebody to prove something. And this continues on through the marriage. She says, hey, you need to find a hobby. I'm like, oh, let me play Yugioh again. So, last year, I start my channel up again. I buy my channel back from Java. Like, oh, she gave me the okay to go into a hobby. You know what she said? You're spending too much time playing those cards. It's either the cards or me. She literally.
Which lane is she picking on? She told you not to get rid of the whole thing with Yugioh. Then, need to get a hobby. Now you spend too much cards. Now you have to pick me or the cards. Like, the level of delusion of someone who's like that, it makes no sense. Because at the end of the day, what it tells me that the person that he was married to wanted more. She probably wanted to be catered to by him, which he probably was doing, but it wasn't genuine. Because, hey, I always tell this. I always tell people this. If you're gonna marry, if you're gonna be with somebody, make sure you're with somebody that is there who loves you, for the flaws, for the imperfections, the stuff that you're into, all of that loves you for you.
I said that. I'm like, you just said I need a hobby. I get into a hobby, and now you're saying I'm doing it too much. What is it? What do I do? She said, why are you into those cards so much? I said, hey, I need to make a video about something. And I haven't played this card game for 2 years, on and off. How can I make a video for my subscribers about something I have no knowledge of? And I try to explain it to her, but she don't get it. She thinks it's just cards you pick up and you just play, like Uno.
No.
It's not that way.
No, it's true.
Every 3 months, a new set come out, new stuff come out. I can't make a video about something if I don't know what it's about. I can't start my channel back up and just start making videos. I have to be in it. I have to learn about it and learn what's going on. So she hated those cards. She literally cried because of those cards. And people say, hey, priorities, man. It's your wife, or, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But then I'll be back.
And yet, your priorities, then your side. No one's happy. And that's one thing I'm about to say, that yes, priorities are important. But if your priorities it's basically you sacrificing your happiness to make someone else's happy, like literally, and there's nothing wrong with it, then something is wrong. It's something I learned. I learned this a long time ago, and this came from the movie Meet the Robinsons. Even if she's wrong, she's right, and that saying never set well with me, because stuff like this happens, and stuff between my dad and my stepmom had happened, and it's the point that I like, okay, small things yes, but big things like this, discussions like this, no, because at the end of the day, you telling him to sacrifice something, a hobby that makes him happy, but what if it was reversed? You know, what if it was reversed, and he telling you something that makes you happy, your hobby that makes you happy, and you telling, oh, you're spending too much time on that, you'll feel some type of way.
At that point where I'm giving up things that I like, things that's a part of my life for someone else to feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel miserable in the process. I'm sitting there watching all these YouTubers come out and make videos and do all this stuff. They're traveling. I'm like, that's what I used to do. I love that. I miss that. Why can't she come along with my journey instead of scrutinizing me? And then that's money gone from me. It's not about the money, but that was money gone from me. Then street performing. I said to her, hey, I don't want to move away from Baltimore. You may be thinking, why? That's where my home base is. My gigs, my performances, everything. Keep in mind, I didn't have a job. Like, when I say I don't have a job, like a real job. A real job is, going in 9 to 5. I didn't have a real job for over 10 years. It was YouTube and playing my horn. That's how I paid all my bills. So when we got married and we moved out to Baltimore to somewhere else that I didn't want to be, she said, hey, how come you're not paying the bills? And I was like, what? I have a job. I have a 9 to 5 job. I don't make enough from this 9 to 5 job to pay all these bills. Before then, I could street performing in YouTube. I made enough money off of that to pay the bills. Now I'm working 9 to 5 all day long, and that's not a...
And that's the one thing she probably didn't realize, that with stuff, your hobby and something that you quite enjoy was paying the bills, and she took you away from that. She basically not took him away from that. She basically not really understand what he really does. Never took the time to sit down and talk to him. So what do you XYZ do with you to understand? And that's one thing I'm always confused about with certain people nowadays, is the point that no one is really communicating, or the communication is very one-sided. I'm like, if you don't open up, you're not going to understand.
Because there are people who do that. But I had something that most people wish they had. Most people wish they can go out, make some money, pay their bills, and have all day off. That was a gift. That was something that
was a gift that she looked down upon because she didn't get it. I just clicked it. But at the end, look. Yes, it is anime part of my life. Yeah, it is. It's not all my life though.
Something that I had. Now, You can take this video as me complaining, crying, I messed up. It is all of that. It is true. I am complaining. I am hurt. I made some mistakes. I did some dumb things. And you're right. It is my fault. I chose to sell my channel. I chose to give up this thing. Not realizing, say, you know what? This is my YouTube channel. This is my life. You can't come into my life and dictate to me and tell me what's better for me because you don't see it from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then get mad at me when I lose all of those things that I can't do, and I can't do what you think I should do. I've never been that way. It's like you're trying to tell me to walk or run a lap or a race with no legs. You're trying to tell me to do something that I innately just cannot do. And when I say I can't do that, it's just an excuse. So I'm moving out. In 2 weeks, I'll be moving out. I'll have my own place again. I'm starting my life over. And you guys know I couldn't make videos when she's in the house. The only time I can make YouTube videos is when she's gone. And you might be thinking, well, why is that? She would come in here from her room and say, hey, you're too loud. Hey, I'm trying to read. I'm like, wait, what? I gotta talk. I gotta make a video. I'm disturbing her.
Where do I begin with this one? It's one of those things. I'll probably say this, and maybe you were too loud. Maybe it's back to what I said earlier. She did not fully comprehend all what you're doing when you're doing YouTube, playing music and everything. She didn't fully comprehend, and that's something that she needs to work on before ever dating again or getting married again. And brother, man, yeah, I'm gonna say this for anyone. I'm hoping you're seeking some therapy, some counseling, because at the end of the day, so you can avoid situations like this ever happening again. Because stuff like this, to avoid people with that mindset of your now ex, because they will never get it unless something fine clicks. And sometimes it happens, sometimes that click does happen, sometimes it don't.
And yes, I'm venting and I'm ranting. If you stayed this long, thank you. If you didn't, it's okay. But I needed to get this off my chest because it was brewing. I am deeply hurt. And I hurt myself. I don't blame her at all. Everything that I've chosen to do is because I wanted to do it. I wanted to make someone happy.
Okay, I'm good that he's taking accountability, but at the same time, she needs to take some blame as well. Because at the end of the day, it takes two to tango. And at the end of the day, she has her own fault that she played into this. If I'm giving a percentage, it's literally a 60-40. 60 on her part, 40 on his. But at the same time, it's one of those things that his 40 doesn't outweigh her 60. It's the point that, yes, he is willing to take accountability for doing something, giving up some stuff that what makes him happy to please someone else. And we've all been there. All, including myself, I have done it several times. But by doing so, it felt like he's tearing apart a part of yourself. And that's never good. That's never a good feeling.
I thought I could be that person for someone else, and I thought I can do it. I thought I can get away from YouTube and Yugioh in street performing. I thought I could go back to school and pass and get a real job and make some good money to pay all my bills. I thought I could be that man who could do those things. But the truth is, I have special gifts and talents that other people wish they had to be able to pay and make money and do things in ways people wish they could. It's ironic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's ironic that I wish that I can...
To the point that it's very ironic, to the point that I could say this. She did not witness your talents. She probably saw, but she did not really see. She did not understand.
Go to school and work a 9-to-5 job all day long to pay all my bills. It's ironic that I want to do what people hate to do. They hate to go in and live a mundane life. They hate that. And they want to have their own business. They want to make their own money. They want to have their free time. I had that. Literally, I would work 3 hours a day, and have enough at the end of the month to pay all my bills and do whatever I need, and travel. But that wasn't good enough for the person I was with. It wasn't secured enough. What if you didn't make enough, was the question. What about medical bills? What about this? What about that? What about retirement? What about all the stuff? So, I truly want to do YouTube full time. Not for a living. Yes, money comes along with it. And yes, my channel is dead. But I'll do it as a hobby because I like doing it and I can't give it up. I've made a video about not giving up before. I said I would never give up. I just can't. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy playing Yugioh. I enjoy being with my friends and doing those things. Even at this age, even 15 years later. I'm done. Thanks for watching. You can leave a comment. Tell me. I will. I'm stuttering. If you guys did not know, I have a speech impediment. Some of you guys say, hey, why you stutter? Why you sound like Bill Cosby? I have a speech impediment. I never told you guys that. Just realized that. Wow. All right. I'm gone.
All right. All I can say when it comes to this in general is, and this goes for everyone, ladies, gentlemen, doesn't matter. I don't know. Never change yourself just to make someone else happy. Never stop being yourself just to make someone else happy. If you realize there's an issue and you understand there is an issue, you know what? You want to change yourself, but for yourself, for no one else. But that's the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts about this entire thing. And if you like any of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to your YouTube. Oh, because I'm not in the video that I was in. Hold on, give me a second.
This episode.
Really? Really? Give me a second. Like, comment, and subscribe to your Yugioh channel. There we go. I will leave the original link to this video down below so you can watch it uninterrupted. And till next time, please take care of yourself. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay warm. Peace out.
And little questions is everything they know about